So let's bring in Trey Gowdy, host of Sunday Night in America. Trey, Happy New Year. Great to see you. You heard Caroline Leavitt there, and you wonder, the American people want to see actual accountability, and actual accountability means people in handcuffs going to jail for stealing billions from taxpayers. Will we see that?
Well, you've already seen it. I mean, there are people currently serving prison sentences. This story just didn't become news until recently. There are already people actively serving prison sentences. The question is, how pervasive is this fraud? I'm not that interested in handcuffs because they're temporary. I am interested in orange jumpsuits and those little bars in front of you because that means prison. That means there's been an adjudication and a conviction. So you got autism, you got hunger programs, you got daycare. Here's the point, Griff. Here's the overarching point. The bigger something is, the more places you have to hide. So when government gets as big as it is now, of course you're going to have waste and fraud and abuse because human nature is flawed. When you have billions of dollars that are supposed to go to the needy, and by the way, those are the real victims, the people who need the money, but they're not going to get it because there's a freeze, and the American taxpayers. Those are the two sets of victims. So yeah, you're going to see more people go to prison. What I'd like to see is less fraud and a smaller federal government.
It's such a great point, Trey. It's outrageous that they were saying that they were going to feed children, help recovering addicts and autistic children, but yet it went to luxury vehicles, villas that were luxury, and even money that went overseas. That's going to be tracked by the Treasury Department, and good for them. You once chaired the House Oversight Committee back during IRS scandals and the like, and now we know that James Comer is going to convene a hearing starting with Minnesota leaders next week, and then maybe Governor Walz shows up with the Attorney General Ellison in February. We'll see. It doesn't sound like he's going to. But how does that, because of course House committees don't have prosecutorial powers, but they could uncover quite a lot that could lead to future prosecutions?
Yes, I want you to focus on that word accountability, and let's bifurcate it. You have political accountability, which Chairman Comer and the committee can help there. I'm much more interested in the criminal accountability. That's what gets my attention. I also was a prosecutor for 2 decades. So I want to know what the AG's office is doing. I want to know what the FBI is doing. And it highlights a point, Griff, that I think is worth noting. And we've had several high-profile cases, criminal cases in the last couple of months, where it was actually the public that provided the tip that led to an arrest or a conviction. And it looks like the same thing is happening here. So we need witnesses to come forward. I mean, look, cops work hard. They can get all the toll records, all the bank records. But we still need witnesses to come in and explain and lay out the fraud. So, I mean, kudos to James. He's doing a great job as the chairman, but he can't put anyone in prison. If you really want to see accountability, then they got to be wearing orange, and that means the prosecutors have got to do their jobs.
You know, let's widen the aperture here a little bit, Trey, because we know there are these allegations in California, in Ohio, in New York. How big do you think this could get?
Well, I don't mean to sound too much like Thomas Hobbes, but I'm not a huge fan of human nature. When you have billions of dollars and you have self-interested people, fraud is pervasive. Wherever there are large sums of money, there's going to be fraud. So I think it's everywhere. And what I'd love to see, and look, I'm a huge Kash Patel fan. I was a fan of his before he became the FBI director. But I'd like to see DOJ targeting fewer Republican congressmen named Jeff Fortenberry, targeting fewer arena owners who did nothing wrong. And how about we go after some real fraud cases where people are stealing billions of dollars from hungry and autistic kids? That gets me fired up, not the other stuff they're doing.
And Director Patel says this may be the tip of the iceberg. We'll see where it goes. Trey Gowdy, thank you for taking time, and Happy New Year.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.